Hello, everyone. It's the King, Dylan. And instead of a TV show, cartoon, and reality game show, I got not fantasy or fan fiction, but good old fashioned sports. The World Cup. I love soccer. I played abuse. I was 5 all the way up to the end of high school. Would love to play more of it. Watching soccer is different from playing soccer. I never watched too much of the World Cup in the last one. But not playing soccer has made me crave soccer of any kind, even if I'm not playing. I like the Premier League, and I occasionally watch some morning games before my soccer Sunday games. I watch MLS highlights. I love the sport. But this World Cup, I have tried watching every single game possible. It's a bit hard. Some games played at the same time, and 4 games a day is a lot when you have other things to do in the day. But I have had a more open schedule now that the school year is done. But today I am talking about the current World Cup. The group stages are done, and now the 32 team knockout tournament starts. I have to rush to make this script and video, so I'll get into what I'm going to do. I am giving my bracket of the rest of the tournament, and it will be right because I am always right. I will give scores. I won't go too deep in the games and matching the teams against each other, just simple predictions. Also, am I the only one confused by this first place faces, one of 5 group third places, while other first places have to contend with a second place? How is this decided? But anyway, there are 31 games left plus the third place match. So let's start with Germany versus Paraguay. And Paraguay was just bad this tournament, uh, looking terribly with the early own goal with USA. Not beating Australia, all bad. Germany didn't have the hardest competition with teams like Curacao, but they should get the win here. 3-0. France versus Sweden, and France are the favorites to make the tournament final. Sweden couldn't even beat Japan and lost to less threatening Netherlands. I like the Sweden attackers, but they only really put numbers against Tunisia. France 3-1. I'm going to do the next round bow S for nice. Nice. I already have the 2 teams advancing. France versus Germany, and this is a close one. Both the epic rivals meet again, this time instead of meeting at Metz or Verdun. It's in Philadelphia. If I could buy tickets, I could go to this game, but I don't like crowds. Watching on TV is fine for me, both offensive sides, but France is just better. Depends on which defense is going to crack first. I like the German defense and goalie. I'll say 2-2 go to penalties. And with Mbappe on side, it's going to sadly be another defeat for the German Empire. Now, South Africa versus Canada, both interesting sides. One of everything. They both faced giants in Mexico and the Swiss, but had easier sides in their other matches. I would normally go with South Africa because I think they're just better, but they've looked kind of weak, particularly that Mexico game. That was 2 weeks ago. I just still think they don't look that great. Canada has a score, got scored on count of +5. They've looked prime more than ever before. I think Canada is winning. 2-2 goes to penalties. Don't think Canada is as great in penalties, but I'll give to them. Next is the Dutch and Morocco. I would love to say the Netherlands have this one, but the fact is Morocco just are the better side. Morocco faced weaker lower ranked teams like Haiti and Scotland, which make me doubt if they can beat Titans, but they did tie Brazil. Netherlands tied Japan, and their win against Sweden wasn't the biggest resume boost there is. So Morocco is just better. But I would love a Netherlands long run, and I think they could get it if they win here. But Morocco wins 2-1 and face Canada in the next round, and it's easily Morocco. It's a bit of a stretch to say Canada can beat one good African side, but they're not beating Morocco. 3-1 here. France versus Morocco. Now this will be the match of the tournament. Should at least be semifinal, not quarterfinal game. But this is where I'll finally be able to eliminate those dastardly French who should have never ended Modric's run at the 2018 Cup. Yeah, I'm still bitter. I'll be cursing Mbappe until the day he retires, but Morocco actually has a chance to win here, and a chance is all I need to eliminate France. 3-2. Morocco, if you guys feels it unrealistic for France to lose here, the number 1 ranked team in the FIFA standings never wins the World Cup, and 3 back-to-back finals appearances. Who does France think they are? The Chiefs. Next is Portugal versus Croatia, and this is a tough one. I love Croatia. I love Modric. They are my number 1 team to win, but they looked slow and in the back end against England. Ronaldo and Portugal is good, but not as good as England. Portugal seems the more likely to win, but they did tie to Colombia and tied DR Congo. Has not been a good tournament for them. Still, I don't think they've been too bad. They can't win. But not beating Uzbekistan is absolutely nothing to boast about. I'll hand it over to Croatia because they got to get past one round at least. 2-1. Next is Spain versus Austria. This is probably the closest round one game there is. Some will say Spain is the tournament favorites and Austria isn't as close to them. But Austria is good enough to make this game hard for them. But Spain is still winning. I can see this going to penalties, but Spain's Lamine Yamal probably will go on a tear near the end of the game or at the beginning and make Austria play catch up. 4-2 Spain. They move to the next round for a showdown with Croatia, and this hurts. I know Croatia isn't good enough to beat Ronaldo, then the best current player in soccer according to FIFA's rankings. They struggled enough with Panama and they couldn't do better to England. A good as challenging team as Spain, but I do think they have a chance. When Croatia reaches the knockout stages, they reach a certain Super Saiyan mode. They've made to the Final Four in the past two tournaments, took the best team France to take them down. They always make a run, so them stopping here is too unsatisfying. Can they beat Spain? I think they tie the game 2-2 and force penalties. Who wins on penalties? Well, Spain just has the better goal scorers. But Croatia's goalkeeper has been working overtime this tournament, so I think he could do it if required. At the end of the day, I made the prediction France would be eliminated at final 8, so I can't eliminate Spain any sooner, especially since I have hard time seeing Croatia win their first game. Spain advance. Now we have the absolute goats, the US of A, and they're playing the Bosnians. Is this even a question? USA has been dominating all tournament. Australia and Paraguay are better sides than Bosnia and Herzegovina, so it's just naturally going to come around to the USA. Though I do think Bosnia has looked better than both those teams, it might be Turkey putting up a good fight or Bosnia getting easier opponents. Bosnia might be a bit of a challenge. 2-1. Next is Senegal versus Belgium. I would like to see the Belgians win here, but Senegal is no slouch. Not an impressive record, but they had France and Norway. Belgium couldn't beat Egypt or Iran. I think Senegal could win, but to go for a third-place team over a top European side seems outlandish. Not that Belgium is one of the top 5 European teams. They're still in the tier below. 1-1 draw into penalties, and Belgium takes it. Belgium faces America in the next round, and this is so hard. There's no correct option here. They're both about equal. America has home advantage, but I don't think the US can beat a good European team. This will be close, 2-2, then penalties, and I could go either way.